look at that gorgeous, majestic dog. That is Bruno Fortenbaugh. Any relation, you might ask? Yes, it's Joe's dog.
He's the looks of the family. He's absolutely the looks. He, believe it or not, was rescued here in Las Vegas a little over 10 years ago. He was on his last day of life. He had the little red card next to the cage. My wife, at the time, I did not know her at all. She was there. She was volunteering. She said, I'm going to cry. I can't work here anymore because I'm going to take a dog home every day, but I'll take this guy home. And he's still ticking. Still shedding everywhere, by the way, every single day. But he's the man. 2 different colored eyes like Max Scherzer. Kids love him.
You got a good egg, too. Someone who volunteers at the shelter and takes the dog home.
Well, one of us has got to do it.
Yeah, good score by you.
Someone's got to be at home betting on
awesome.
games.
Bruno looks scary, but he's probably the sweetest dog ever.
He is. She rescued a cat as well. She rescued the cat, the dog, and then me. The cat actually beats up this dog on a regular basis.
All right, we had some double-digit upsets last week. Sparty was one of them, picked by Preston on this very segment, the Dog of the Week. So well done, Preston. Who do you got for our viewers this week?
Similar type of setup here. I talked about how I want to either bet on overreactions on these moneyline dogs or on uncertainty. The Michigan State-Michigan, that was 1 game sample, a huge overreaction in that line. This is uncertainty. I'm going Stanford. I think it's plus 285 now against Oregon. I know Joe likes Stanford anyway. I'm with them. And I just think when you look at an offense with Davis Mills under center, it has the upside probably closest to Andrew Luck they've had since Andrew Luck. And then against an Oregon team that, by the way, had 3, I think, All-American opt-outs before the season. They're bringing in a new offensive system and coordinator to go with a quarterback who's not named Justin Herbert anymore behind an offensive line that lost all 5 starters. I don't know what to expect from Oregon. By the way, in a COVID offseason where who knows how they've been practicing, I trust Davis Shaw. I think it's going to be close. And I think they have a chance to win, so getting nearly 3-1 is a worthwhile.
Yeah, so high variance, the first game of the season, matches up with your best bet.
It does. Yeah. And I'm going to go with West Virginia. It has nothing to do with Bruno. I just figured I pointed it again.
Dog of the week.
Good up there.
Yeah.
Dog of the week, West Virginia. Classic spot for Texas. Huge upset over Oklahoma State. Everyone's riding high in Austin again. Go inside that box score. They were outgained by 243 yards. Texas went 2 for 15 on 3rd down. It's kind of like the Dolphins and the Cardinals. Texas win was a mirage, but they're going to celebrate it nonetheless. Here comes West Virginia. They got a great defense that no one's talking about, giving up fewer than 20 points per game this season, like the Mountaineers.
All right, I'm also going to college football, and I'm going to take a 7-point dog on the money line in Illinois at home against Minnesota.
Woo!
I wish the Gophers were coming off the win, but they lost to Maryland in overtime, missed extra point. But this is about Illinois, which is relegated to, I think, a 3rd-string quarterback. Brandon Peters out last week with COVID. The 2nd stringer, I think, rolled an ankle. So now this is Taylor, just a sophomore, dual threat. He rallied him in the 4th quarter to get the backdoor cover, plus if he had 7.5. But I just think he's a dual threat, and they had some fluky turnovers throughout the entire game. So I like Illinois to get it done. Minnesota defense has been terrible, and their defense coordinator has COVID. So
Preston going with Stanford is something I absolutely love because he nailed it with Michigan State last week.
And look, we got a helmet on this dog. Anita, what do you got?
What do you think I got? We've got the Giants this week. That's our, right, Sookie Book? Oh, she's miserable right now.
What's her name?
That's our dog of the week. They're a lot better than what most people think. The Giants 1-5 in games decided in the last 60-second of the game. Their defense is good. We saw them against the Bucs last week. Daniel Jones, I'd take him, even though I know he turns the ball over, I'll take him 7 days a week and twice on Sunday over Kyle Allen. And the difference in this matchup is that he has Sterling Shepard back. Interesting stat, Sterling Shepard's averaging 3.5 yards per separation against DBs. So I think the wrong team is favored here. Sookie Sook and I, right, Mama? We're going to take the Giants.
I was going to say, is that dog alive?
She whoofs for ESPN.
Oh, how sweet. Well done there. Daniel Jones only has 3 wins as a starting quarterback. All 3 have come against Washington, by the way. Okay, so here's the recap of our best bets. Anita, just for those keeping score at home, or even those alone, or scoring at home, I should say, or even those, that was an old Sports Center line. Win, place, and show. We're basically going to go 1/3 of a best bet on each of those. Win, place, show like we did at the Preakness, which is cleaned up. So that's how we're going to do it. I'm inside the distance with Santos in the main event over Teixeira. Stanford money line, Stanford +9. Watford money line. Steve's on the over 63.5. Preston's laying the 16.5. Unranked team against a ranked team laying 16.5. I love it.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.